Great racing from the cadets. Now into the Junior Pro Kart Extreme Final. Joshua Sullivan and Daniel Kadaszynski on the front row of the grid. From Ian Bagger and Rowan Marshall, then Max Mannion and Isaac Hobbs. Through Rout, Charlie Brooks, Finley Worthy and Max Hausigo, with Finley Iron taking up residence at the back of the grid. But how exciting is this race going to get? It's Junior Pro Kart, so I expect it to be absolute fever pitch. We're on board with Through Rout, and it's already proven the point as he tries to mix it through the first couple of corners. Look how slippery it is on cold tyres. That's Max Mannion in front of us as we try and work our way to station hairpin without too much drama. But certainly at the start of the race, it's going to be an interesting one. And up the inside, that's Josh Sullivan, and a spin. Oh, that's Rowan Marshall. So Rowan Marshall spins the kart around, but it's Josh Sullivan in the number 13 that manages to get through to the lead of the race. So already a very strong start. I urge to remind you that there's going to be very cold tyres on these karts. Dan Kadaszynski, the Birmingham lad, he's going to push further forward as we run on board there again with Through Rout. That's the duel for fourth position. Bit of a run wide from Kadaszynski. Not the best of starts from the front row of the grid, but as they go across the line, it is Sullivan who leads the way from Ian Bagger, then Mannion, Kadaszynski, Rout, Hobbs and Finley Worthy. On board with Through Rout, through Cafe. Very hard to keep to that inside apex and kiss the curb as you run through on these very cold tyres. Down to the hairpin once again. And Ian Bagger is definitely starting to look a bit of a threat now to our race leader Sullivan. On board again with Rout. Kadaszynski is just up the road. And then between them and the two leaders is Max Mannion in third position. Through goes Charlie Brooks, just running in front of Iron and Hausigo. But this is the battle for the lead. Ian Bagger, the young lad from Reading, working hard to try and get this move on the inside of Sullivan. Sullivan covers the line nicely through Wilkins. Up towards the start-finish straight once again, and Sullivan leads Bagger, Mannion, Kadaszynski and Rout. Spicy start to the Junior Pro Kart Extreme Final here at Shennington in the first round of the UK Kart Series. We're back on board with Through Rout, who is definitely having a tough race of it. Has he just got ahead of Kadaszynski though? I think he has, so that is up to P4 then for Through Rout. Meanwhile, out in front, Sullivan, Bagger and Mannion, the top three have broken clear and put a bit of daylight between themselves and the rest of the field. So it's already starting to look pretty exciting for them as they have pulled clear of the rest of their opposition. Mannion just trying to stay with Ian Bagger. But it is very tight indeed up at the sharp end of the dais. Some big battles to come as there is Sullivan still running ahead of Ian Bagger. Mannion, then in the background we should still see Through Rout. There he is in front of Daniel Kadaszynski. Isaac Hobbs now P6 in front of Charlie Brooks. Rowan Marshall, then Finley Worthy, Finley Iron and Max Hausigo. There's still good racing all the way through here at Shennington. Not the biggest of fields, but Junior Pro Kart is always going to give you some action as Ian Bagger is definitely starting to put some pressure on Sullivan. Sullivan feeling the heat a little bit, going a tiny bit defensive there into the station hairpin, clearly feeling that he needs to be a little bit forceful with his lines. Out through the Bruno Ferrari chicane, down the back straight. And up towards Wilkins. This could be a very interesting run now for Ian Bagger. He's got to be careful how he times this. Not going to be easy to pitch the kart in. But he comes off the hairpin and still looks pretty menacing. It's excellent work for the moment, but there's a lot still to do. In through that first blowing left-hander. Trying to keep it all nice and tidy as they work their way through. Up towards the Stratford hairpin, or the station hairpin as it's also known. And there are the leaders again. Bagger, whoa, big twitch on the brakes there from Max Mannion. Really is feeling the pressure as they go down runway. Up towards the Bruno Ferrari chicane again. But this is pretty tricky stuff for Max Mannion as he can feel the heat as he tries to put pressure on the drivers up front. Through Rout and Daniel Kadaszynski still giving chase further back. Fastest lap of the race, by the way, is Max Mannion, and there's Ian Bagger. Gets the move on the inside there, out of hanger and through Wilkins. He takes the lead. Good work from the young lad from Reading. Now he taps his helmet to the man in second place, Josh Sullivan, and says, right, now we've got to work together like he wants to work in new collaboration because he gets straight back through. So Sullivan absolutely hammers it home past Bagger. Seconds after Bagger took the lead, Sullivan gets him back again. Back on board with Through Rout. And he's trying to close up with the top three, but you can see these two having a real spat at the moment. There's absolutely nothing to choose between these two in terms of raw talent or speed. Joshua Sullivan, number 13. Ian Bagger, number 40, and giving chase to them. Max Mannion still twitching away. Sullivan moves across on the straight there, up towards Hanger. Knows that Bagger's going to have another look. Controls it through the Wilkins complex. So Bagger decides to go slow in, fast out, ready for the start-finish straight up towards Park Bend. That quick flat-out left-hander, can he dive on the inside? Yes, he can! And Ian Bagger gets the overtake. This time it sticks, and he gets into the lead. Great work from Ian Bagger. So a fast approach then from Dhruv Raut as he goes through Cafe, up towards Stratford. Another big twitch from Max Mannion under braking, and there goes Kadashinsky on the inside of Raut. Did he get through? Tough to see, but I think Kadashinsky did just get ahead there. So very close racing, but Raut is going to try and come back at him very quickly indeed. So Bagger is your leader, Sullivan second, and he's already defending. Ian Bagger going a little bit too defensive for my book. Sullivan's going to have an opportunity here. Round the outside, if he goes slow in, fast out, he can pitch back in and take the lead back again. There's Sullivan right up behind Bagger. They go across the line, and Sullivan can't quite fit his kart through on the inside line. As again, Raut and Kadashinsky are dueling away over P4. Very close indeed. Raut still holds it for the moment, but Kadashinsky is spitting out the exhaust fumes at the moment for the man in front. Sullivan again up towards Stratford. Into the station hairpin, looking good, and back on the power again. This could be very tricky. Sullivan goes one way, goes the other, up towards the Brita Ferrari chicane. Can't get the way through at the moment. But Ian Bagger looking very much the leader at the moment. He forces, he's waving to Sullivan. Look, go the other side of me. I am going to hold this line. No, you're not, says Sullivan. Creates the gap. Oh, there's contact. Bagger spins around. Oh, Ian Bagger loses the race with 1 lap to go as they cross the line. Let's look at it again. Sullivan looks right, looks left, then looks right again. Squeezes the kart on the inside line. Bagger's turned in, and there's just a little bit of a bang of wheels there. Left rear connects with right front, and Bagger spins around. So Mannion is now chasing down Sullivan. Meanwhile, Kadashinsky has got into third ahead of Raut, and Raut sells him the dummy through Stratford. Right, the race director has decided that was a racing incident, so there will be no penalty given to Josh Sullivan. That's important. It's a shame for Ian Bagger, but that's racing. And look at Raut on the far side. Aggressive as you like on Kadashinsky, but monsters the move back in a third position. Sullivan is being caught by Max Mannion, but it's too late to change the outcome. Sullivan's going to get the victory from Mannion in second place, and Dhruv Raut is going to get his spot on the podium, and rightly so. Bagger recovers to P5 behind Kadashinsky. Wow, what a tough race that was, all the way to the line. A warning flag was given during the race for Ian Bagger for track limits, but it doesn't affect the final result. So Josh Sullivan takes the win from Max Mannion. Dhruv Raut in third in front of Daniel Kadashinsky, a frustrated Ian Bagger. Then Isaac Hobbs, Charlie Brooks, Rowan Marshall, and then Finlay Worthy ahead of Finlay Iron in a very competitive Junior Pro Kart final. I cannot wait to see them back out again for round 2 in a few weeks' time.